Remember to like and subscribe.
Hey everybody, CyberMark here. Today I'm excited to jump back into the cluster games. So level 2 is here, and it's called the Registry Hunt. And they say a thing we learned during our research is that you should always check the container registries. And so for our convenience, it looks like the Crane utility has been installed. And let's go right into it. So it looks like we have some permissions to look at. We click here and we can see that it looks like we can get some secrets. And then for pods, we can list and get them. So we'll try a couple of things out here. Bring the terminal up. And let's do a get secrets with kubectl, of course. Kubectl get secrets. Hit enter. And it looks like we're forbidden. So we had some permissions. There must be a service policy running that we'll take a look at here in a minute. So it's not available in this namespace to be able to do that. Forbidden, right? So let's do some interaction with the pod. So kubectl get pods. All right, cool. That worked just fine. And so what we'll do now is we'll output that to YAML so we can start to read through it and see what we can pull out of here. Scroll up to the top of that output. And first thing I note here is that there's privileged access in here. And we'll scroll down some more. And it looks like, all right, so I'm looking for something called image pull secrets because that's what we're going to use. And it wasn't configured correctly, which leads to our ability to actually take a look at the secrets. So image pull secrets is here, and this allows us to get secrets associated with a specific private registry. And so it looks like the name of this one here, we'll note, we'll try to use the specific name when we pull a secret, and that should allow us to see the contents of it. So let's try that. Clear that, top of my screen, and I have some notes here. So I'm going to just be able to paste it in. We'll do that image pull secrets. So a kubectl. I have my, where is it? Get secret, registry, pull secret, and then we're going to output that to YAML. All right, so kubectl get secret, registry pull secrets, which is just the name there, -o for the output to YAML. All right, so when we do that, we end up being able to pull the secret. So that was what our permission allowed us to do. We just had to specify the specific name. And because image pull secrets was available, we were able to extract the name of that secret out of there. In here, we have an entire JSON file that has been base64 encoded. And this is the authentication file that Crane will use when it tries to authenticate to Docker to pull the image down so that we can interact with it. So let's base64 decode that by using echo. And I'll just copy that string and paste it right here. And we'll pipe that to base64-d. Great. So this is the JSON file here. And within it, we have another base64 encoded string, which should have our credentials. So I'll copy those, get some new lines in here, and I will do another echo, insert that string, pipe it to base64-d. And this should give us some plain text credentials to authenticate with. All right, so it looks like I have a username and a password here. Perfect. So now I can use Crane to interact with that private registry. So let me demonstrate what happens if I just try to use Crane right now. Let's use Crane manifest. And we're going to put that against a specific image, which we pulled out of our pod. So I'm copying that from my notes, paste it in there. And when we try to run that, we get an unauthorized message, right? The authentication is required. We can't authenticate to it. It is a private registry. So what we'll do here is we will authenticate. So we'll look at the documentation. We have the Crane auth login. So it looks like we need a username and password, which we just pulled out, and the server, which is going to be docker.io in this case. So let's go back over here. We'll do a Crane auth login -u for username Let's pull that from our extraction. Copy that and paste it. -P for password. Let's copy the password and paste it in. Great. And we want to authenticate to docker.io. Great. So what this did is it created a JSON file in the appropriate directory that Crane will look for in order to authenticate. Okay, so one of the other things in the Crane documentation we can use is a Crane export. All right, so what we're going to do here, I'll clear the screen a little bit, and we're going to do a Crane export, and this will actually export the file system of that image. And here we're going to do docker.io, and I'll paste in the rest of this here. Copy from my notes, paste that in, and we'll do pipe it to tar -tvf to get some verbose output and list the contents, right? And let's hit enter. That's going to go through everything that's in here, and you should take your time, read through the output. But if we start at the very top, which I probably should have piped this to less or something, but as I scroll through, I've noticed when I ran through this, flag.txt was there, and great. So what I'm going to end up doing is there's nothing here in my current directory there, so what I have to do is extract the contents of that. So instead of tvf to list, I'm going to extract it, and I'll hit enter. I'll let that cook for a second, and I'll do an ls, and I now have a file called flag.txt. If I cat that out, you'll see that I get my flag, and let's go ahead and paste that in so we can get to level 3. And this says, nothing can be said to be certain except death, taxes, and the existence of misconfigured image pool secret. So there you have it. These challenges are kind of fun. This is only my second one. But let's paste that in, make sure we're good to go. All right, success. And they were able to successfully use this technique on some of their engagements, which is pretty interesting to me. I'm learning a lot about Kubernetes security. I hope you are too. I find this incredibly fun and fascinating as I get to learn more about Kubernetes security. All right, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. Remember to like and subscribe, all those things, and lab every day. Take care. Bye.